Hello everyone, the new 33.5 update has finally been released, and to be honest, it turned out to be so powerful that I didn't believe until recently that the developer would actually release something so bold between major versions. But no, the update is already here, and it's tearing you apart. Therefore, I will not delay for a long time. Let's immediately look at everything that has been added, because this time the list is really huge. And we'll start with the most important thing, the new official map. It's honestly a shock. New maps have not been released for more than a year. The previous map, Endless City, appeared back in August 2024. All the players were sure that the legendary Endless Ocean map would finally be next, but the developer suddenly rolled out something completely different, the highway map. And that's the coolest thing, it's not just a map with cars that are standing still. No, the cars are really moving here, driving along the highway, and most importantly interacting with NPCs and objects. You can put poor chalk, a box, or a wall in the way of the car, and the car just demolishes everything in its path. Moreover, the impact effect looks very realistic and unexpected for Melon Playground. We can't stop or control the cars themselves yet. They're just moving forward, but still, the concept turned out to be insanely fresh. Personally, I really like the map, and you can write in the comments what you think. Now let's move on to a new weapon, and there are two of them, by the way. The first is the homing launcher. In theory, he should launch a rocket that pursues the goal to the end, you know, like in the movies, but in practice, the rocket sometimes behaves, well, strangely. That is, you can really easily escape from it, and it will just fly by. It may still be finalized, but the concept is still cool. But the second weapon, the letter gun, is just a masterpiece. I couldn't even imagine that something that shoots letters would ever appear in the game. The effects are super beautiful, the letters themselves are bright, and the idea is generally unique. At the moment, this is my favorite weapon in the entire update. Now it's time to show the new bombs from the update, and there are a lot of them here. The first one is called an improved charge. It explodes violently and leaves behind broken nails, so it most likely explodes and scatters nails. Next comes Mutation Grenade, one of the scariest and funniest at the same time. When an NPC explodes, additional limbs begin to grow in random places, a leg from the head, an arm from the knee, all in the best traditions of radiation mutants. The next one is Nasty Bomb, which is similar in effect to Old Broomstaff. The NPC simply rots, decomposes and turns into a skeleton. Very dark but cool. The fourth bomb is called Spike Grenade, and when it explodes, NPCs grow spikes all over their bodies, which looks very impressive. Then there's the Honey Bomb, and then everything makes sense. After the explosion, the NPC gets covered in honey and becomes sticky, as if he's been blown by a huge swarm of bees. Well, the last one is my personal favorite, Bouncy Bomb Box. A small box releases a bouncer, which jumps around the map like a madman and then explodes. Next is a completely new category of items, Parasite Cap. This is a headdress. When put on, the NPC begins to move chaotically, as if his mind has been captured by a parasite. It's so unusual and cool that I honestly don't understand how no one has thought of it yet. Moving on, Tesla Coil. Special respect to the developer for the visual part. Electrical discharges look incredibly beautiful. The tower shocks all the NPCs nearby until they completely burn down. It looks powerful, spectacular, and most importantly, absolutely unique. There is also a new element in the game, Rain of Blades. This is a real element in which cold steel simply falls from the sky on unsuspecting NPCs. It looks chaotic, violent, and incredibly fun. And before we finish, let me tell you my opinion and my guesses about what might be waiting for us in the next update, 34.0, because after such a busy update 33.5, it becomes obvious that the developer has started actively experimenting again, which means there will be even more surprises. First of all, I'm pretty sure that 34.0 will be the winter update. Every year Melon Playground makes a seasonal update at least once, and it makes sense that this time it will be released closer to the end of December. And if so, then we are waiting for new winter secrets, snow, ice, frosty effects, winter items, maybe even New Year costumes for NPCs, and this is absolutely realistic, considering that in 33.5 they have already added a lot of visually interesting concepts, which means that they can easily do snow physics. Secondly, I wouldn't be surprised if the developer finally adds the legendary map that everyone has been waiting for over a year, the Endless Ocean map. This is a really perfect moment. In winter, in the New Year's update, a huge ocean map appears with icy water, icebergs and secrets at the bottom. There may be underwater NPCs, a new special boss, or diving mechanics inside. Even if it's just an endless ocean, it's enough for players to go crazy with joy. Third guess, maybe there will be new underwater or winter bosses. For example, an ice golem, a snow demon, or some kind of giant frozen mech robot covered in ice. After Tesla Coil and Mutation Grenade, it is clear that the developer began to add complex effects to NPCs more often, so making a boss that turns melons into ice statues is absolutely realistic. It also seems to me that new types of weapons may appear in the update. If in 33.5 they added a cannon that shoots letters, then what prevents them from making a cannon that shoots snowballs, ice, or ice spikes? Or New Year's weapons like candy cane spear, snowstorm launcher, or even a gift bomb that randomly creates an effect ranging from healing to explosion. Another guess concerns the mechanics. The Tesla Coil is a whole new level of facilities. This means that there is a chance that a new kind of mechanics will appear, for example, a frost generator that will freeze everything around, or a snow turret firing ice bullets. If the developer continues to experiment with electronics, then a separate category of winter mechanisms awaits us. And finally, the secrets. Each winter update usually contains at least one Easter element, which can only be activated by connecting the items correctly. For example, mix Snow Melon with a regular NPC, create a winter hybrid in Nano Assembler, or survive a certain temperature to unlock a secret achievement. Considering that there is more content now, there will be more winter secrets too. So the 34.0 update looks as promising as possible. If 33.5 is already a mini revolution, then the next update may be the biggest winter update in the history of the game. Be sure to write your guesses in the comments. Perhaps together we will predict everything that the developer is preparing for us next.